All right, we got a brother by the name of Rueben Wood in the building. Welcome to the Soul of the Streets, my brother.
Hey, what's up, man? Thank you for having me.
Oh, my pleasure, my pleasure. You got a nice project that you just dropped, 5 AM on Peachtree. You've been got a lot of dope features on that joint. Um, I mean, this is my first time talking to you, hearing about you. Like, how did you get your start? Where did you come from? I know
So,
you've been around, but where did how did you make it here tonight with
um,
this project?
I mean, really, I got my start in New York. I'm
Okay,
originally from Brunswick, Georgia, so I'm originally from the South, but I came to New York to actually get on in the music industry. And that kind of started in Brooklyn for me, honestly.
okay,
Um, then it went from there to actually me going out to California, expanding more on that, and then I wound up doing a couple more projects, and then I took a sabbatical, so to speak. You know what I'm
okay.
saying?
When you said you wanted to get in, you started in New York to get into the music industry. What exactly were you trying to do in the music industry? What was it that you wanted to do?
Oh man, I was rapping. I was
You was
making.
rapping, okay,
Um, so being that to me that was more so like this is where hip hop is. I'm like, okay, let me go up there because I wasn't really making a lot of dance records, crunk music,
hmm
stuff like that that you typically would hear down south. So I was really making more so, I guess you could say, music like Outkast, but there's only one Outkast. You know what I'm saying? So you only don't. It's only Andre and Big Boy. So
right.
for me to be able to take off and do what I wanted to do musically, yeah, I came to New York, and I mean, it opened a lot of doors for me.
So, what was that experience like when you came to New York? Like, what were some of the things you was able to make happen here to keep the motivation going?
I mean, really, I remember being in Brooklyn selling mixtapes, and I found out that was illegal to do on the streets.
That was one of the lessons, huh?
That was a lesson. But I
But you
used
kept going. You kept selling it.
yeah, I definitely kept going. Used to be in Crown Heights, Bed-Stuy. My uncle stayed in Bed-Stuy. So
Okay.
um yeah, man. I would be over there performing at Legacy Lounge off of Nordstrom Avenue. Uh,
Okay.
so that was like where I got my start at in the music and everything, and tapping in with people from Wu-Tang management and like the people who was affiliated with Wu-Tang and Killer Bees and ODB people and stuff.
About what time frame was that about?
That was in 2010.
2010. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
2010, 2011. Because during that time, Black Mass was still alive. Of course, ODB had to pass, but
Right.
they had a studio situation over there. So I was, tapped in with different people who was connected within that realm. And um, Black Mass actually the first person who got me a situation because I wound up getting a situation with the Orchard, and back during that time, that was before Universal and Sony had did the merger and bought them
Okay.
out and everything. So I mean, it was crazy. First original situation I had was with Island Def Jam. So I had this
Okay.
distribution situation with them because of a dude named Dark Ninja. But that was some cap stuff back then, man. So
Those distribution deals, huh?
yeah. So he ran,
it's part of the journey. It's part of the journey.
right. It is part of the journey, you know.
Hey.
So, but like I say, man, Black Mass was really the one who put me on, because he was official with Wu Tang management and up under the Killer Bees and stuff like that. Um,
Dope.
so yeah.
So did you have to change? Not have to change, but did you like change your style a little bit when you came to New York, or they just accepted you for the style that you had coming out of Brunswick, Georgia?
I mean, I had different songs, right? And because obviously artist development is not the same now as it was back then. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Because we
If
really
I
kind
remember
of got
correctly, they would say back in that time, like everybody from New York was sounding like the South, was trying to sound like the South because the South was so lit.
right.
And so, with you coming from the South to come to New York and getting linked up, was that part of what drew them to you because you had that Southern style?
No, because I wasn't using auto tune. That's why I'm telling
Really?
you. That's why I'm like, I wasn't using auto tune. I wasn't making crunk music, dance music, trap music necessarily like that.
Hmm.
So for me, I remember performing at the Pyramid. That used to be
Oh
pretty
yeah, I used to do a
popular.
show on Avenue A. Yeah, I used to I used to put on a show there.
So remember when This Is 50 used to be doing what
Hmm.
they was doing? Okay, so went there to perform and very interesting experience, but it kind of taught me early on that when you're performing, you have to know your crowd, know what to perform for your crowd. So I learned then, like, if I didn't want to get booed because New York is a very strong, what I'm saying, audience. If you say the wrong thing or you perform the wrong song, you get booed. It's not a question. You definitely get booed. So yeah, I learned what song to perform of mine, and I was pretty much in a good place off of just that because it was more so about like trees, weed, stuff like that. So everybody's like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
they was already in the zone already.
right, right.
Being
So
outside, come back in, so that hit home.
right,
That was a good spot, man. Pyramid was we had a lot of good times in that spot.
right.
Yeah, they done shut down,
I know.
and a whole lot of things done shut down. But we still outside. We still making it do what it do.
Right.
Yeah. So from the Pyramid, what other spots you performed in New York when you around that time?
The Marquee
Okay.
and like I said, Legacy Lounge. I used to actually be at Legacy Lounge probably the most in Brooklyn. In Manhattan, yeah, Pyramid, and then like I said, the Marquee. It was just one other venue I was supposed to perform at, but I wound up not. Because I wound up going back to LA and everything. So then,
Okay.
I started kind of making LA my home and doing more stuff out there, connecting with more people. Because I felt like the vibe was different on the West Coast anyway, and
Hmm.
I had more opportunities out there. Because New York it's really it's an interesting place on one side. Like when it comes to the music business side, you got to be tapped in with the right people. You got to be connected with the right people because a lot of people be clicked up. They do this, they move how they move. So me coming from the South, it's like who this nigga is, what I'm saying? Coming from the South, so yeah. But I mean, yeah, it's a great experience. I actually hadn't been to New York within like I want to say 8 or 9 years, and then like I came back to New York in 2021. I want to say 2021, 2022, something like that.
During the pandemic or
Coming out of the pandemic,
coming
yeah.
out of it? Okay. So
So
where do you feel like your creativity got really came alive? Or you living in all these different places, where you feel like you really was able to hone your craft and come up with the sound that's on this project? Because this is your first project in like 12 years, right?
yeah, it's the first project in 13 years.
13 years now. Okay.
I would say coming back to Georgia was probably
Mm.
where all of that came from. But at the time of me actually producing that project and building the beats around those verses and stuff, I was already going through my mom's being in the hospital. So the project is like therapy for me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So that's what that was for me to be able to do that. It was just like listening to music, playing the music, listening to verses. Okay, cool. This is what a BPM is. This what I'm gonna do. This how I want this to sound. This what I think would sound dope on this. And so that was like therapy for me to help me, cope with my own grief and stuff. Really.
Okay. Okay. How's your mom doing today?
Oh no, she actually passed.
Oh, my condolences, man.
Yes, I appreciate that.
Okay, sheesh. So I mean, you have some serious collabs on the project. I was checking out the one with Jada Kids. I was checking out the whole project. I got it today. Um, it's out live on live mixtapes. Will you be putting it out on Apple and all that stuff soon, or you just gonna
Yeah,
let it rock out?
it's nah, it's actually on Apple, Spotify, it's everywhere now.
Oh, it is. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. So, how did the feature with Jada Kids come about?
Really verse. Like, I had a verse from him. So then I took and I built a beat around that. Then I added some supporting vocals.
Mhm.
Um,
You got a lot of verses from a lot of great people. Like you skipping some. I know you skipping some really important steps. How did you get all these collabs? Like, had you worked with them prior to? Like,
really, nah, like the A&R team that I worked with actually had got verses for me. So, we had to do the paperwork, had to pay my license fees, different things like that,
hmm
and handle the business appropriately. So that was the main thing with all those verses. And then it was like bringing in up and coming artists and bringing new people into the fold of things to make something happen. And that was probably like the next most important part of everything that was actually going on. So
okay,
me, um, the process was more so just like more business oriented and then production based, you know.
okay. So, what's one of the songs on the project that stands out for you? I know you said the project is therapy for you, but what song resonates with you in this moment?
Probably Margaret's song, the one that's actually named after my mother, um,
Okay,
which also features vocals from her and vocals from my
dope.
daughter. So
Okay, a family affair.
yeah,
Nice, nice. So, you have any videos that you're gonna be putting together for the project?
yeah. So I actually have the video for "Upgrade You" that's gonna be dropping this Friday, February,
Dope.
and yeah, that's the first video. We got a couple other videos that's gonna be in the works. Definitely going to tap in with Jada. Hopefully, we can get that situated
Well, I'm sorry. Well, who?
with Jada Kiss. So hopefully,
Jadakiss. Okay, okay.
get that
Dope.
situated and get him to do some cameos in a video with me too. So yeah.
Yeah, Snoop on the project. You have Cameron.
Mhm.
Uh, who else you got on there? You got a lot. You got more features. Not so much more features, but yeah. This is a major project. You should be very proud of yourself of just being able to put that type of body of work together. Like that's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Appreciate
Congratulations on just working hard and being diligent and staying true to the task and bringing it all together. Cause that's really not an easy thing. It's hard to get people that don't have a buzz on track and and together. You got 5 and 6 of legends on tracks. So you
yeah,
know what I mean. That speaks volume to how they respond. How you handle your business and the respect that they have for you. So you're not just somebody out here that's wasting time. You really out here putting in work. So salute to you for
appreciate
making that happen.
yeah, definitely appreciate that, man.
Yeah. So what are you most excited about as far as like on this rollout? Promoting the project. Like what is it that you want the people to get from the project?
Honestly, I personally feel like the biggest and most important thing for people to get from the project it's just like the overall production and to reintroduce them to who I am as an artist.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, it wasn't necessarily about the bars, so to speak, or me rapping on the project, so to speak. It was more so about the music for me because I
Okay.
wrote anything and rapped anything in so long. So it's like I'm warming back up really to even be able to.
This is a hell of a warm up.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like,
I'm with you. I'm with you, but I'm just saying if this is you warming up, shit, when you really get crunked up, you may have Michael Jackson on the next project. I don't know.
hey man, you never know. Maybe somebody in the Jackson family let me
Hey,
let
but
me get
I'm here for that. That will continue the dopeness that you create. So I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it at all. So
yeah.
so you say you have a video dropping Friday for Upgrade You.
Hmm.
Um, you want people to get familiar with you as an artist, and your inspiration for this project was when your mom took ill, and this was your way of communicating how you was feeling towards us. So how are you feeling today? Are you okay today with everything that you've had to go through? Like how mentally everything you feel like you're on the right path?
I mean, I feel like, I'm in a better space today than
Mhm.
I was a year ago. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So, because at the end of the day, it's like this, man. Grief is someone's own personal embolism of how they deal with that. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So some days it might be like, man, I really don't be feeling like dealing with anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But at the same time, and that's only because it's like it's your parent. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm the youngest, so
Okay.
that's
I'm the youngest too.
right.
I lost my dad, so I know what that feeling's like. So definitely, I definitely understand what that feeling's like. How long ago when did your mom pass?
She actually passed last year on
Last
January
year.
11th.
Okay, January 11th. Okay, so you it was just like a year, just made a year.
Just maybe a year, yeah.
Okay, and how long did it? And so how long did it take you to focus on the album and put the whole thing together? Were you able to do it within that year, or you was working on it?
Nah, I was able to complete the whole project last year after she
Okay.
had passed, but prior to that, I had some of those verses that I was sitting on.
Hmm.
Uh, but like I said, I was sitting on 'em. I wasn't, like I wasn't even in the headspace to
Right.
produce and things like that. So that's why I said for me, doing the production and building the beats around the verses was more so like therapy for me.
So how did you come out of this project as a producer? Like, who are some of the people you're looking to work with as a producer now that you've made this body of work? Like, where do you see your production? Who would you like to see on your production moving forward?
I mean, who I would like to see on my production, really the sky's the limit. If I think they dope as an artist,
Okay.
I would like to go work with a couple of producers that I looked up to. You know what I'm saying too. Um,
Who are
just
some of the producers that you looked up to?
really Dr. Dre, Just Blaze, Timbaland.
Okay.
Uh, I mean, No ID dope too. I definitely looked up to Kanye West because he's more my generation and everything. But
Okay.
like also too, Hit Boy really cold on the production wise and everything too. And Guru, young Guru, definitely,
Mm,
he cold too. So it's a lot of individuals when it comes to the production that I listen to that I look up to. Because even RZA is really cold, and Static Selector is really cold too. Obviously, because that's Wu Tang, so they
right.
fit
Right. 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 Right.
with it.
I mean, all those names sound pretty good, damn good to me. So you can't go wrong with none of those. So
Right.
who on the artist side, who were some of your influences?
On the artist side, influences, man. Honestly, one of them was on the actual. on the project because Gucci was on the project. I mean, really,
Okay.
Gucci, Tip, Jeezy, and Nas. Nas was definitely and DMX. Them really two was my two favorite artists. You know what I'm saying? And I know some people that I've said that to, they be like, "How you say that? But you from the South?" But when I was growing up in the early '90s, y'all look at who was playing on the radio because where I'm from is not we wasn't in Atlanta, so we wasn't a city where people going to go do promo runs at. You know, maybe in Savannah, but not in Brunswick. So we listening
Okay.
to the radio. You hearing Snoop on the radio. You hearing Dre on the radio. You hearing Nas, DMX, Jay Z. Um,
So the smaller towns in Georgia, they play what's mainstream more so than
correct,
what's actually playing in like what's
correct.
bubbling in Atlanta or whatever other town.
Yeah, yeah. So we had Outkast. That's what I'm saying. Like you had Outkast because uh Big Boy is from Savannah, Georgia. You know what I'm saying? So that's
Hmm.
45 minutes from where I'm from. So of course
Okay.
they playing Outkast, but on the flip side, we ain't had too many other people from the South that's getting played on the radio when I was at that age. As I progressed in age, then you had Raheem the Dream was getting played. Um, and then like, you know, Camouflage, but he was from Savannah as well too. Shout out to Pure Pain, Camouflage, rest in peace. And then
Yes.
um, you know, of course, we had the crunk music era, which was Crime Mob, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Lil Jon, Lil Scrappy, Triavia, all of them. So of course I'm listening to them, looking up to them, but like musically influencing me, like yeah, nah, bro. Definitely Nas, DMX, um, yeah, Dre.
So, are you excited to get on the road with some of the songs on the project to start performing it, or is this a project you will be performing, or is it just something that you just like musically selling to the people and giving me your visuals and stuff?
So I'm more so musically selling to them and doing visuals.
Okay.
Some of the songs I'm actually gonna perform. But when I do perform it, I want to perform it like acoustically. Um, Specifically like even with Margaret's song or uh Upgrade You, because those are two of the tracks that don't have any features up on them, anything like that.
Hmm.
So it's kind of like having the balance on how I actually control the narrative of how I perform because I do have a EDM version of the album. I just haven't released it
Oh
yet.
wow. Okay.
So then that doesn't necessarily require the artist to be there to perform, but because you know I can, because I DJ too, so you know, I'm a DJ. Put that out, but yeah.
What is it that I mean? You do a lot of things. What is it that? What are the main things that you focus on? Is there a main thing you focus on? You just good at how you get it.
Um, I mean, really, the main thing I be focused on is the production side of it, but because I do DJ, I that kind of go hand in hand with hosting, right?
Hmm.
When I started out as a dancer and a performer. So I never had an issue with controlling the crowd or, you know, performing in front of hundreds or thousands of people and things like that. But it's like I have to look at it from the aspect of what do I want to project to the people. So a lot of times for me, it's like hyping the crowd up. So if I'm hyping the crowd up, I'm DJing, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I said the EDM version, because I like making people want to dance, you know what I'm saying? Having them where they got high key energy. I
Right.
think that a lot of the records on this project is not high key energy. It's only a couple of them that's high key energy. But you know, when you flip that beat out and then it becomes EDM, okay, boom, that's high key energy. It's just is the person into this and the type of demographics that I want to appeal to is
So this project is going to take on a lot of different personalities along
right,
its rollout.
right, yeah, definitely.
Dope. So this is like this is like more the musical expression of it now, which is what the music actually sounds like, and then you're gonna get into like how they do in Texas with what is it? With it slowed up the oh I can't even think of the name of it. What they do in Dallas when they slow up
Oh,
the
chopping screw.
chopping screw? Like yeah.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have different versions like that, like how they do like the chop and screw version, but you're gonna do the EDM version, stuff like that. That's it. I mean, that's dope. That's exciting. So I mean, it's a lot of work too,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be interesting to hear all those artists on them beats like that with them different flows and stuff like that. You got, I'm tuned in. I'm tuned in. I'm definitely tuned in. So Friday we get to upgrade you, and the project is out on all digital platforms.
Mhm.
Let's see. So what's next? What's next for you outside of this project? Or is it all focused on this project right
Nah, I mean, I got a lot of other beats that I done already produced. I got a couple other different songs
now? Mm-hmm.
already done. A couple in the works, so you might get a EP out of me later on this year.
Okay.
You know.
Well, I definitely appreciate you, taking time out of your schedule to chop it up with us here on Solar Streets. I'll be supporting. What songs should what I play hip hop on Saturdays and I do
Mhm.
R&B on Sundays. So my hip hop, I play like I've been playing a little bit of everybody. I've been throwing at that Megan Hiss, and to this week I got the Hiss and and the Bigfoot. I got I got I got French Montana on there. I got D Thing on there. What song would you say on the project would speak to that type of playlist?
Probably the record with yeah, I'm gonna say probably the record with Jadakiss.
With
Um,
Jada?
and let the music play.
Yeah, that song is fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, the intro is fire too. I started listening to it early. I got through like 5 songs, and I had to start doing something else. But I was like, you definitely got a vibe. The project definitely has a vibe, and it comes together really dope. So I'm definitely looking forward to finishing it and seeing what else is on it. So I thank you, man, for taking time out of your busy schedule and chopping it up with us here on the Soul of the Street. So definitely will be supporting you and everything that whatever music that you drop, definitely gonna be supported. And give us a follow back on the Soul of the Streets on Instagram. Come on now, put us a part of your network because we're gonna definitely be talking and keeping things rolling. And I'm looking forward to supporting you and everybody that's over there and your team. Is there any inspirational words you can give to somebody, young producer, young artist that's trying to get to the level that you're on, that you could just give some motivation to? Because it ain't easy out here.
Um, Honestly, I would probably say, you know, uh, first and foremost, focus on your relationship with God. You know,
Yes,
draw close to Him as much as possible. Pray, meditate, and wake up every day and tell yourself what you can do, not what you can't do. Because affirmations are real, words are powerful. Speaking things into existence is really powerful. So just be a person who actually has a mindset that's like a willing and able mindset to where you actually can get stuff done. You want to get stuff done, so forth and so on. Because I know it's easy to get discouraged in the music
mm,
business, and when you start early on, um, it's gonna be hard. You got to go through the process. You got to go through the grind. Everybody does, even when we don't feel like it, even when we don't want to. So just stay motivated by affirming verbally out loud that you can do this. You're doing it. You know, never say you're going to or you will. No, say I'm doing it.
that's a fact. What were some of the obstacles that you had to go through to get to this point in your journey?
I mean, setbacks with poor management in the past. Uh,
Okay.
Dealing with the craziness in the industry with the
And
wrong.
just so people can know, like, what's your definition of poor management?
Yeah, I mean, if you have a manager when you have something that can be managed and it's poorly managed or it's
Mm.
not being managed. You're not being utilized. That's poor management. If you're a upcoming artist and you don't have anything that can be managed, your manager can't make money off of you, you can't make money off of you, there's nothing to be managed. I have been a person who's always had something that can be managed because I was doing shows in Vegas at the Aria and a couple of different, big casinos, the Palms, back in the day
Mm-hmm.
in like 2012 and excuse me, so forth and so on. So it was never a thing where the money couldn't be made. You know what I'm saying? It was more so, like I said, like a poor management back during that time, which is what made me switch and be like, you know what, I'm gonna do this over here so I can learn the business. And that's another thing, for every person, whether you're a music producer, a singer songwriter, you want to straight be an artist, a dancer, whatever, entertainer, actor, whatever, learn the business. Um, the business is what pays you. Your talent is you're talented, but the business is what pays you. So if you don't know the business, you're not gonna get paid.
That's a fact. That is a fact. Yes, again, man, giving the jewels, inspiring the people, and the project is out on all digital platforms, and we're gonna support the joint. This is Solar Streets, G Waters with Rueben Wood. You know what I'm saying? And it's been a pleasure talking to you. Hope to talk to you again soon. And we're gonna support.
Hey man, appreciate that, man, and thank you again for having me.
God bless you, my brother. And again, my condolences and wish you nothing but success with this project and more.
Thank you, man. Take care.
Peace.